Was this the type of smart performance on offense and defense that you've been looking for the past few league games?
Yeah, I think I can be very satisfied with the performance of tonight. Maybe the last 50 minutes of the first half we get a little bit sloppy. Yeah, stupid passes, and they get one or two chances or small chances out of that. But for the rest, I think we played really concentrated, with patience, and a lot of crosses. Maybe the end pass was not that precise that you want to be, but it's a start, and I think that was good. We had a plan, they executed, we stayed concentrated. Also, if you see the determination to avoid the equalizer, in the last minutes they get 3 corner kicks, and how everybody was determined, to not concede a goal, and then you get your reward at the end with a penalty. So. Yeah, I'm really satisfied with the performance.
You've had some honest thoughts about Pitty and his work on defense in the past few games. He seemed to really bring it tonight, hustling, trying to win duels, making tackles. How satisfied were you with his overall game in addition to the goal?
I think you played really a good game, and so I was really happy, of course, for him, because he knows he wants to see his level going up, and today, he did a very good step in that, and hopefully he can continue to that. And it's great that he scored a goal, important for the team, because if you come from Argentina, a big club, River Plate, and you be a player of the year, you want to show something, and and of course it's the pressure, but it's good, that he played this kind of games, that I think it give him a boost of confidence in coming where I think the level that he can bring for us.
And how do you think Emerson did in his debut?
I think really good. You see he's always on the move, and it's difficult to mark him, and I think you can be very proud of him. It's not easy, he doesn't know really his teammates well, what they're normally supposed to do. Yeah, that takes time, but I think he can look back for a good game.
Frank, any concern with fatigue, considering a lot of starters are on the pitch after the 85th minute game on Sunday against Seattle?
Yeah, of course, but still I think we have 3 days, and I think, with a good result, the fatigue is less, and so in my opinion, I speak from experience also, of course the travel is different than in Holland, I know, or from Champions League, but still, I think you can cope with every 3 or 4 days. If you are prepare yourself well, if you take your rest, if you sleep well, if you nutrition well, all those kind of the treatment well, everybody can have a massage tomorrow if they want, and all those kind of things. So, and I think then you have to be ready. And of course we listen to guys who may be a little bit tired, and then we have a good roster also to change those players. But I think normally overall everybody who started can also play and start against Seattle.
And then can you explain the shape that you want your team in when you take out a midfielder, bring on Brandon, a striker? I've seen that in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
What's the shape that you want to see the team? What's the function?
No, well, you know that of course they had a really tall guy, so you know also it will helpful when they put balls in for corners or something like that, for set pieces. Another way, you want to bring new energy in. I think he made 2 or 3 times he blocked a shot, that you want to see at that moment, that they not can put easy balls in, and maybe with a lucky bounce somebody comes free for our goalkeeper, and so I wanted a little bit fresh blood, and I think he deserves it, what he showed the last couple of games, and so it's good for him, and again, he deserved it, and the team also need that kind of injection sometimes.
Frank, at times tonight it looked like it might have been a 3-0, 4-0, maybe more scoreline. Yeah. How does it seem to fight through that frustration of maybe not finishing the chance?
No, what I said, the last pass, we had runners, everywhere. I think Justin had I think 8 crosses or something like that. Maybe 1 or 2 were a little bit dangerous. So yeah, you have to work on that. But still, he's coming there. That's important, and. The surface was also sometimes quite difficult. It's quite hard, and then when it's a little bit wet, it's sometimes difficult to stay on your feet. But still, yeah, again, in that we can improve. We have to improve because what you say, at the end, if we did that well, it will probably before halftime the game was over.
But what's a team like St. Louis do well where they can really control?
No, I said it. The pre-match conversation that of meeting that they really play as a team, and if you play 1-5-4-1, you see that if you play organized, you can make it very difficult for everybody because the spaces are so tight, and you have to have the individual action to make a difference, and high ball tempo from left to right and other way around. So yeah. I think the discipline what they showed against Cincinnati and also Chicago, they showed it also today, and that's why they came so far. And it's a compliment for the coach and for the players, and because it still was a difficult evening for us. So I think they did a great job.
Frank, are you still training the 3-4-3 at all in practice? Sometimes the team looks like it kind of falls into that shape at certain moments of the game.
Yeah, I always look to the opponent. Where are their weaknesses, and also the strength, of course. But sometimes you say, okay, this man a little bit more high, then it looks more like a 3 or something, just 2, and and midfielder drops out a little bit to the right or left. So it's I think that's the nice thing as a manager or a coach, to look for those kind of possibilities, to harm your opponent.
Emerson Hyndman linked up a lot tonight, played really well, I thought.
Yeah.
Did you identify that as that was the weak part of their defensive block that you could exploit?
No, especially we knew that the right fullback he was not the best in 1-against-1. So we already said normally you see on the right that Franco was a lot of time high up and PT inside, but we on the other side we wanted especially Justin on really wide and get him into the 1-against-1 against the fullback, and you saw a lot of times. He passed him, and maybe the end pass was not really there, but still there was every time danger from there. So yeah, that's what we wanted to explore. And sometimes Brek was outside, and Brek made the run, behind from the inside behind, and yeah, that what we asked from them. We trained it very short on yesterday, and again, what I said, they executed the plan what we wanted.
It seemed like that your players had a lot of problems with the refereeing throughout the night. What did you think of the refereeing?
Well, I think it was okay. Sometimes I think we get a yellow card, the first one, and I think the challenge on Leo in the beginning, yeah, then was that really a yellow card, But it's his decision, and we have to respect that. And I think overall he played a good game.
You mentioned the
Just a couple more in English.
You said you wanted to kind of keep things simple in your debut today, and you end up with an assist. How would you evaluate your performance?
Yeah, I thought I did okay. There was some sloppy moments, from me personally, but I haven't played a ton of games recently. Came off a break, so I always knew there were gonna be sloppy moments. But to have a moment like that so early on was obviously felt good. So.
Can you go through that assist real quick? Like you snuck up on the guy from behind and took the ball and made the pass over.
Yeah, I just kind of saw him facing his own goal and just tried to jump it, and thankfully turned the right way for me. So and Pity had a great finish.
Emerson, first half, a lot of movement, you ran a lot, but you didn't get on the ball much.
Mm-hmm.
You found a lot more space in the second half. What changed?
Yeah, I think obviously they were really compact first half. They had their legs on them. They're very disciplined. So, we talked about it at halftime and made a few adjustments. And, I think they wore down as well. It's hard to do that for 90 minutes as a whole group. So I thought we did well second half of kind of exposing the areas they were kind of leaving. And, overall it was much better.
Personally, what was your adjustment? Did you go a little bit more wide, find a little bit more space on the flank?
Yeah, they kind of left that area, so I kind of drifted out there a few times to see what would happen, and they kind of just allowed that space. So, obviously when you keep pulling out there, they don't want to keep chasing out there. So we tried to exploit that.
Emerson, Chris from Mr. Pro Soccer USA. Did Did it take some time to get comfortable with your team playing in the first game with them?
Yeah, I mean, I think it always does. You can train with them every day, but until you get out there and experience the match with them, you're still new. So, it was great to get out there, and such an important game as well. And fight with them today, it was great. Like I said, thought we had a great second half performance, and followed up with some goals.
Did De Boer instruct you to get out on the flank more, or was that something you sort of ad-libbed?
Not in particular. No, he basically wanted more runs in behind, things like that, and we all agreed. I think we were a little bit too static first half, and once we made those adjustments, I was just kind of looking for space, and the space was always kind of out there. So naturally, I took it. So.
So you were at the match on Sunday at Mercedes-Benz,
Mm-hmm.
and then obviously playing tonight. What's your impression of the Atlanta supporter culture as you've seen it thus far?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I don't think there's a place like it in MLS. I mean, even when we're not actually at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, it seems like they turn out numbers to support regardless. So, we definitely heard them tonight, and thankfully we gave them a reason to cheer.
I know you grew up in Texas, but have spent the last 9 years in England and Scotland. How was the heat and the humidity tonight?
Yeah, it was different. I'm not used to the Texas heat anymore, let alone the Atlanta heat. So, it was tough. I've been training with it recently, so just trying to adjust the best I can. Obviously, not playing a game in a while too had its impact, but thankfully I got a good 80 minutes or so under me.
Emerson, how long was your layoff? From when was the last time you played maybe a full
Well,
night?
I had 6 weeks off basically. I was running a little bit here and there, but nothing like training or anything. So it was around probably 6 or 7 weeks.
How did you manage to get in 80-minute game shape after that long of a layoff?
A lot of hard work, a lot of running, a lot of work with the ball, just trying to get sharp. Like I said, the sharpness will come for sure the more I get involved. But I expected sloppy moments. But in terms of the fitness, I was pleased.
Your thoughts on PT's goal?
Yeah, it was a great goal, great finish. I did the easy bit, he did the hard bit. So obviously he has a great quality, and definitely showed it tonight.
When we take the game overseas and compared to the game here, what are some of the nuances that you find?
What the difference between it? There's little differences. I mean, the overall, South American style of play, things like that. It's quite new to me, but I grew up in Dallas too, so I'm kind of a little bit familiar with it. But no, there's little differences, but not anything too drastic anyway.
Playing, so many Americans, like the goal is to get to Europe, and you haven't been in Europe for so long. Was there any hesitance or reluctance to come back stateside to MLS?
I mean, not really, not with Atlanta. It was different with Atlanta. They were very ambitious. They already obviously have a great squad. They're just shooting to win things, which is very important to me. So naturally, I felt attracted to it immediately. They want to improve every year, and having won a championship, that's exciting.
Any family members here?
For the game tonight?
Yeah.
No, not tonight, but I'm sure they'll be in next week, hopefully.
Okay.
Anything else for Emerson? All right, thanks, guys.
All good? Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
How you doing, Brek?
Good.
Go ahead, Brek.
Brek, what kind of changes did you guys make in halftime? There was a lot more space all over the field. What did you guys exploit?
Yeah, I think we just did what we were doing in the first half better. Moving the ball quicker, making unselfish runs to open up space for other people.
Was there more of an aggressive tactic as far as pressing? It looked like everyone was really trying to recover the ball immediately, more of a counter press.
Yeah, like I said, I just think we were doing what we were supposed to do in the first half, but just better. So we didn't give them a chance to breathe. We attacked, and when they won the ball, tried to win it back as fast as we can.
What did you make of Emerson's performance today?
I thought he did really well. Even at times when he lost the ball, he fought really hard to win it right back. That's what you want to see, especially somebody playing in his first game. I was happy with it.
You and Miriam had a great connection tonight, I thought, on the flank. What did you see in the game, and what were De Boer's instructions to you?
Yeah, obviously Justin's on a roll right now, playing really well. Give him the ball, let him go at the defense. So that's what I try to do, give him space or make runs to create space.
Were you expecting to play 90 tonight? Was that the goal for you? Was that something that you wanted to do?
He didn't share his plans with me. Just play as hard as I can, as long as I can.
Frank had some honest words for Pitti and his defensive performance in the past couple of games. Like he really took him to heart and played well tonight. How did you What did you see from him on defense tonight?
Yeah, he was in there battling. He was working hard to create chances, and like I said with Emerson, when he lost the ball, he tried to win it back. And when you see that from everyone, it inspires everyone else to do the same thing, and it's good for a team.
Does a result like this help kind of wipe away some of the recent disappointment in the last couple games?
Yeah, I mean, it's a different tournament. We're trying to win this too, so team's never done it. So getting a result here obviously will push us into the weekend.
I know that this trophy is important. Everybody's saying that. Is there any added, it qualifies you for the Champions League, and considering the club's ambition and the way the Champions League went this time around, is that like particularly part of the motivation?
Yeah, the team really wants to win this. It's a trophy. That they haven't made it this far yet. Obviously in their short time, so we really want to push and try and win this.
What can you say about Petey's work ethic, maybe when we don't see him behind the scenes? What do you see from him in those moments?
I don't know. I think, for everyone, there's a lot of things people don't see from players that don't even play, how hard they work in the training ground to get better, whether it's Petey keeping his place or someone behind Petey or behind me working hard to take our place. It pushes each and every player to get better.
Anything else, Brek?
No.
Okay.
Thank you, Brek.
Cool, thank you.